Have you ever caught yourself thinking, it won't happen to me? My company is doing well. They need me. I'm here. I've been here too long. I'm one of the top performers. I've earned my place. I want you to hold on to that thought for just a second because every single day, someone who believed those exact same words gets a meeting invitation they never expected. After 15 minutes, their career is over. Not because they weren't talented, not because they weren't loyal, not because they weren't valuable, simply because someone else made a business decision. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The biggest risk today isn't getting laid off. The biggest risk is believing you're immune to it. If you've been telling yourself your job is secure, I want you to stay with me because what we're going to talk about today could completely change how you think about your future. If we're meeting for the first time, I'm Catherine Allen. I help women in corporate discover how they can turn their skills, knowledge, or life experience into an online business so they have more options, more flexibility, and more control over their future. Today isn't about fear, it's about awareness because awareness gives you choices, and choices give you freedom. Today, I want to go over 4 points that each of us need to assess if we're relying on one employer for our only source of income. Point number one, the security we thought we had was never really security. For decades, we were taught something: go to school, get good grades, work hard, be loyal, stay with one company, and eventually you'll have security. Most of us believed it. Why wouldn't we? It's what our parents believed. It's what our managers encouraged. It's what society rewarded. But somewhere along the way, the definition of security quietly changed. Today, companies restructure, they merge, they automate, they outsource, they cut budgets, change priorities. None of those decisions have anything to do with how hard you've worked. Think about that. You can do everything right and still lose your position. That isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you up. Real security was never the company. Real security has always been your ability to adapt. If that statement made you uncomfortable, good. Because this next point is the one that catches most people completely off guard. And point number two is depending on one employer creates hidden risks. Imagine investing every dollar you own in one stock. No financial advisor would recommend it. Why? Because it's too risky. Yet millions of people do something even riskier. They rely on one employer for 100% of their income. One paycheck, one decision maker, one source, one interruption away from financial stress. We don't think about it because the paycheck keeps showing up until it doesn't. And when it stops, everything changes: the mortgage payment, the health care, the retirement contributions, the savings goals, the vacations, even your confidence. We don't realize how dependent we've become until that dependence is exposed. That's why I believe everyone needs another way to create income. Not because you're planning to quit your job, that is not the goal, because you're building options. If this conversation has you thinking differently already, I created a free guide called the 4-part framework for starting an online business using what you already know. It's designed for people who don't think they have a business idea. And inside the guide, I walk you through the 4 steps to begin uncovering your what a business is, and then I have my most favorite part of this guide is that I've created an AI prompt to help you uncover what could be the foundation of a business for you. You simply answer a series of guided questions about the skills you've developed through your career, the strengths people naturally come to you for, the challenges you've overcome, your life experiences, and the knowledge you've gained over the years. The prompt then helps you connect those pieces together and uncovers business ideas you probably never would have considered on your own. It's not that people lack ideas, it's often that we've never looked at them through the right lens. So do grab the guide. The link is in the description below. Now, we have to talk about point number 3. It is so important, and that is the emotional shock of realizing loyalty isn't protection. So that is point number 3. I've talked with women who gave 20, 10 years, 15, 20, 25 years, even 30 years to one company, and they've missed so many things. They've missed family events, they've worked weekends, they've done so many hours in the evenings, they have answered emails at night, stayed through difficult seasons, mentored others, solved impossible problems. They believed they were building something secure. Then one meeting changed everything. And the hardest part wasn't losing the job. It was realizing the relationship wasn't what they thought it was. Companies make business decisions. It's not personal. Employees make personal sacrifices. Those aren't always equal. That realization hurts, and it can shape your identity, because for many of us, our work became part of who we are. When that disappears, you begin questions like, who am I now? What's next? Did any of this matter? Those are difficult questions, but they can also become the beginning of something much bigger. Because what looks like the end can actually become the moment your future starts. And that brings us to point number 4, the wake up call that safe may not actually be safe. Sometimes life shakes us awake, not because it's trying to punish us, but because it's trying to prepare us. A layoff forces questions most people never ask. What else could I do? What am I capable of? Could I create something of my own? Could my experience actually help people? Could I earn income differently? Those questions aren't signs of failure. They're signs that your perspective is expanding. For years, you may have believed your career was your only option. Now you begin to realize it may simply be one option. And that's a completely different way to think. Here's the mindset shift I hope you'll remember long after this video ends. A paycheck can disappear. Your ability to create income doesn't have to. Those are two different things. A job is one source of income. A skill is an unlimited source of opportunity. Your experience, your expertise, your knowledge, your problem-solving ability, those things cannot be laid off. They belong to you. And when you learn how to package those into coaching, consulting, freelancing, or creating a digital product or courses, and even your own life experience is an opportunity for a coaching business. You start relying on permission to earn. You create leverage. That's where real confidence comes from. Not knowing you'll never lose a job, but knowing you'll always know how to create another income stream. That changes everything. If today's message challenged the way you've been thinking, don't let it stop here. Download my free 4-part framework for starting an online business using what you already know. It was created specifically for people who think, I don't have a business idea. The guide walks you through 4 frameworks that you can use to start a business, and then the AI prompt will help you uncover what could be the foundation of a business. It's one of the most valuable parts of the guide. And I hope that you will take advantage of this because you don't need to reinvent yourself. You simply need to recognize the value that's already in you. So do grab the guide. The link is in the description below. I would like for you to answer this in the comments. What was the biggest realization you had while watching this video? And if you found it valuable, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and also share it with a woman who is maybe experiencing this job loss and feeling like everything, the whole world around them is changing. It doesn't mean the end of who you are or your value. Help that woman by sending her this video, and I hope that it was helpful for you as well. Thank you for stopping by to watch this video, and I hope to see you in the next video.